no matter how the economy is tight, still have this at your brain, still be focused. You cannot have everything in the life before you married. I married my husband out of nothing. I think only what my husband had is education. I have small job doing. But the point I'm making is those of you that also want to marry Akate, if he doesn't have a car, if he doesn't have a house, I will not marry. Think level had changed. So grab what you want, and two of you can make a home. I made that promise that I don't want to marry a man that has it all. I want to marry a young man that I'll build up family with. And that's exactly what happened to me. A few days ago, I just celebrated 33 years of marriage.
Wow.
A few years ago.
Wow.
And I speak now, I have 3 grandchildren.
Wow.
So that's the way you're saying, I say like Ehiliz, you know. And if I come out here with some young girls, you see, so let me not just go there. You understand? So this is the rightful age. Between 23 to 30 for ladies and 26 to 35 for men. Try and work within there. And therefore, I'm speaking, if you know you already passed these stages, start thinking of what to do. Maybe you will not get everything. But sometimes when you marry the wife God gave you, two of you build house. Before you think, oh, well, no money, money will start coming because both of you have already joined your force together to build a home. It takes 2 to tango. So please, do not delay for that because it's very, very dangerous. Last question before we take a break. Early or late marriage is prevalent among which gender? Is it among men or male or female gender?
Well,
or vice versa?
Early marriage is prevalent among the female gender.
Okay. And then late one?
Late is prevalent among the male gender. Of course, we know the reason. We have said it over and over again. It's a socio-economic reason.
Yeah, so it's just vice versa. So let's try and make sure we're able to balance it. What then are pros and cons of early and late marriage?
Thank you.
Yeah. That's my last
for
question.
Early marriage allows you to grow together. Now, we have talked about the age range. So if we are working with the age range that we have now, it allows the two of you to grow up together, discover each other. You raise a family, you build a home, you can build a business together. That's one of the pros of early marriage. Yeah. Secondly, you get to have you build your family. If you decide that you want to have 3 children, you want to have 2 children, you have all the children you want to have, and then you have enough time devoted to train them. Because while you're training them, you're also building up yourself. By the time your children are out of secondary school and they are going into the university, it's not a headache for you. Because you also have freedom. You're not old. You're not counting your time in the office that, oh my God, I have 2 more years to go. Where will I get the salary to pay their fees? Yeah. You know, that's one of the pros. Then one of the pros of early marriage also, some people believe that young parents are cooler parents than older parents. I also believe in that because, you know, as a young couple, as young parents, it's fun. You get to, you know, go to take your children out, probably your child
closer to them.
Yes, you play, like mates, you can jump
yeah.
around the house, you play together, take them out to watch movie, take them out to play, you know, soccer, you attend their music class with them. It's fun. It's fun for younger parents. But someone that is at 50 and say
55
or 55 and they say, oh daddy, I want to go for my
those who know how to attract him. Even what they're talking about. You know,
he doesn't even have the energy not to talk about the, you know, the hype of following my child or my son to do something.
You're right.
So those are the pros of early marriage.
There are the cons too.
The cons of early marriage.
No, okay.
Of early
and late, whichever.
Yeah, yes. For the early marriage, the cons of early marriage, I would say, one is the immaturity in some people. When the mind is not mature, when the emotion and the psychology of that lady or the female, when she's not ready for the demands of marriage, it can lead to divorce. Secondly, it can even lead to domestic violence. It can lead to, there are some medical implications. if the female is of a younger age and the person gets pregnant, and it leads to so many, you know, we have what I call complications of early pregnancies. Because of course, early marriage, she gets pregnant and then she cannot, the pelvis is not developed enough to push out the baby. And then if it's in a rural setting, of course, you have to push out the baby by force. And by the time she pushes out the baby, she develops complications like vesicovaginal fistula, you know, where she begins to leak urine through the vagina. You know, some of them have hypertensive diseases. It's so common in early marriages, like pre-eclampsia, eclampsia. Then one other thing is this vicious cycle of poverty and survival. That is one of the cons of early marriage. Because if the early marriage is actually between a young girl and a young guy, there is what I want to call discord, because the man is trying to find himself, trying to stand on his feet, and then the lady is too, but then she's the younger one, and then she's not mature enough, and so there is usually that thing. So for young marriage,
that domestic violence,
the domestic violence is always there, because the young lady does not even understand that, oh, this man, he's going through a lot to provide for us in the house and all that. All she understands is, see, I am your wife, you are the man, you are supposed to provide for me, so you have to take care of me, you have to pay for this, you have to pay for that, and then that leads to, you know, domestic violence, sometimes depression. It can also lead to depression.
To the part of the man,
yes, on the part of the man. It leads to depression.
So much of what to do to please the wife,
even on the female side too, because she might even see her mates that are still in school, or probably she was a dropout, and then she married early, and then she sees her mates, they are now graduates, they have good jobs, they are also married too. But then she looks at herself, you know, it can cause depression, social withdrawal, so many things. But for late marriage, well, the pro of late, I don't know, the only thing I can say that is good about late marriage is you're psychologically, financially, spiritually ready to go into the marriage. That is one of the beauty about it. So you are able to meet the demands, so to say. You have seen everything. You have learned a lot. You have seen the world. So probably you've read books. Probably you've gone through some counseling, you know, before you got married. And then you get there and it looks like, wow, this is good for late marriage. However, the cons of late marriage, like I said, is more on the female side than the male side when it comes to building the home. Because let's say at the age of 38 or 37, you're married at 37 and you're pregnant with your first child at 37. The same thing that happens to early pregnancy or teenage pregnancy also happens in late marriages. So many complications, medical complications, and the rest of it.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll take a break now. Vivid View, say and do it.
My name is Bello Miriam. My question is, what are the advice given to couple about to marry youth or even those sitting at the fence?
Welcome back. The question I've been asked from the audience, I direct it to our guest for her response. Please.
Thank you very much. I would say the best advice I have, first of all, is for you to understand that marriage is a big decision that you have to make consciously, voluntarily, carefully planned. So marriage is a good thing. The Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from God. So if you're planning to get married, you must, your motive for getting married has to be right. Yes, love, we agree. But you have to understand that this is a forever contract. If you are going into the marriage to say, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I can get out. I have my plan B. No. Marriage is a contract that should last. Now, for those sitting on the fence, marriage is good. I am married by the grace of God. I have 2 children. Marriage is not a bed of roses, but then I would say I have not regretted the fact that I made that decision. And the person that you're making the decision to live the rest of your life with, that was why I said it's a big decision that you have to carefully and consciously, prayerfully make. Marriage is good. It is good.
Thank you so much. Now your final advice.
Okay, thank you very much. On this issue, I'd like to advise us to know that life is not a bed of roses. Marriage is just a phase of life. You know, they say life is in phases and men are in sizes. You look at where you are today. It may not look like it. You may feel, oh, I'm of a marriageable age, but this job I'm doing, is it enough to put food on the table? But like I said the other time, there is a favor that comes upon you by the time you get married, because Bible says 2 is better than 1. Yeah. 1 will chase 1,000, 2 will chase 10,000. When one is cold, the other one keeps him or her warm. So by the time the 2 of you come together with understanding, and you believe in God, and you love yourselves, and you believe in each other with support, you realize that the marriage will stand the test of time. And both of you will have a blast.
Thank you very much. In my own way, even though marriage, according to law, tends to be a contract, but I always call it agreement. I don't like using that word contract because they will look at garbage in garbage in a contract. This is break. So I call it agreement that should endure. It should endure. God does not support divorce. So when you marry, you are married. That's what's supposed to be. I have done 33 years and I believe, still hoping to do more. And I believe it's doable. Little understanding between 2 parties. So people should not be discouraged from doing that. Especially for those sitting at the fence. Should I marry because of what they have seen, because of problem they see, they observe from their own parents or from a friend? It's, if this is how marriage is, it's no good area for me. No, you are different from them. The man you're going to meet in the future may be different. Your woman in the future will be different. So do not be afraid to go into marriage. It is what God wants you to do. Somebody brought you to this planet Earth. You need to bring somebody else too to this planet Earth. Having this, I want to thank the production crew for the job well done, and of course the circuit producer. Thanking the audience here present and viewers watching us. Of course, greatly to our guest for her contributions, and also to say big thanks to our sponsors who have made this program to be on air. Micro Investment Support Services Limited, Life Action Plus, TDS High Tech, Orange Insurance Brokers Limited, Orange Publish and Printing Limited, and the host of them, and Gozi Micro Insurance. Thank you so much for keeping this program on air. Having said this, I want to invite artist Wise Song to sign out this program. Keep watching Vivid View, same time, same station. Still stay safe. Vivid View, say and do it. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much,
Doctor.
Thank you.
Then all this are from our sponsor.
Thank you very much.
Sponsor too.
Thank you.
And finally from us, you can see me there. This is fire.
Thank you so much
for
God
coming.
Bless you.
Life Jaja. Oh everybody, I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. If I start today and you how things they go, me go let you know say me love my life. I love my life. I love my life. Say the life way I get my brother see no be true. Make we live a life with Jaja, Lola, yeah. I love my life.
I love my life too.
I love my life. I love my life. This life now one day. This life no be true.
I got it.
This life now one day. This life no be true. Anything we get to I beg you, Jeje, Jeje, Jeje. I love my life.
I love my life too.
Jeje, Jeje. I love my life.
Can you imagine?
This life now one day. This life no be true. This life now one day. This life no be true. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life, I love my life, yeah. Back in the day, they say me no go plus, me no go make her. Then don't forget say Papa cause he na in down the blessing. I move and stand on my feet, I say no to defeat. Yeah, everything done the turn around for good, yeah. We digging on, oh. Life no be too, but that is life. No one, no find under my happy for your matter. 1 + 1 or 2, yawa plus yawa not begin. This life now one day. This life no be true. This life now one day. This life no be true. Until we get to it, I beg you, Jeje, Jeje. Jeje, I love my life. Jeje, Jeje, I love my life.
Thank you.
This life now one day. This life no be true. This life now one day. This life no be true. Yeah, it's your boy, I